Good morning, everybody. I write under the name of Mary de la Peña, but I also write under my maiden name, which is MJ Hatch. And I am very glad to be here. I'm from Southern California, and my profession is I'm a criminal defense lawyer, but I really live to write, and that's why I'm here. I needed to finish the second series that I've issued under or published under MJ Hatch, and that's my Murder Most series. The first is Murder Most Blonde, and yay! Just this morning I finished Murder Most Judgmental.
Very good. Do you have a website address you'd like to tell everyone about so that they can go check out your books?
Yes, I do. In fact, going through the Publish Now, it suggested that we create an LLC so that we can sell our books online. The LLC that I created, I named after my two favorite dogs, Tara and Fina. But also I wanted to work in the land, so it's Tara, T-E-R-R-A, Fina, F-I-N-A, Publishing. So it's www.terrafinapublishing.com.
Thanks, MJ. Did you expect to finish another book at this retreat, or was that a surprise?
Well, no, not a surprise. This was a goal of mine. Murder Most Judgmental is probably about 120,000 words, and so it's taken me a while to finish it. So I came into the retreat with the book about 2/3 finished. And it was my goal to get it finished here because the energy is so great and so perfect that when I'm creating my fictional characters, I find that this is absolutely the best place to do it. And so yes, I wasn't surprised, but I'm very, very pleased it's done, and so are my characters.
Well, you know, MJ has been part of our Publishing Now program, and she's actually the first author that I've actually been with the program long enough to see completed, and she has added a lot of information to help the other authors. But there's a great story about her cover that I just would love for her to share with you, and it kind of gives you an idea of how much these books, these projects are our babies, and we react. Sometimes a little volatility to what we see.
I think that's an understatement, Rama, that we are a little volatile. The story he's referring to is, first of all, I have to tell you that Murder Most Blonde was not a book that I wrote here at one of the seminars. Maybe if I had, it would not have taken me 10 years. That was my first book I ever completed, and it was the one I held most dearly to me. It was also the one that I was rejected numerous times by agents and given a lot of encouragement. But when I finally decided to go through Publish Now for this book as opposed to the other ones that I'd completed through the seminars, Rama was the one who ended up having to hold my hand through the project. This was my baby. I had gone out, taken a bunch of photographs of very moody Newport Beach harbor scenes in the fog and the pier at Balboa, and I'd sent them to Rama thinking those would end up on the cover. When I got back this stunning photograph of this cover with a blonde on it, and the book is entitled Murder Most Blonde, I wrote it back and I was furious. This isn't what I expected, and I was so angry. Well, at the same time I wrote in that, I sent the cover on to a couple of my trusted friends and to my husband who was at work, and they immediately texted me back and called me back and said, this cover is fantastic. And of course by that time I figured it out myself. So I'm sending frantic emails back to Rama, never mind, I love the cover. But even me, who this was my third time through the process, can get hysterical at times. So it's a part of the process.
And just so that you all know, this cover looks like a best-selling cover. It's like the guys and gals that write murder mystery after murder mystery, and you're in the bookstore and you see the whole bunch of them, and you look at the covers and you know that they're already bestsellers. MJ's cover looks like that, and I'm sure that her book's going to become a bestseller as well.
It is an incredible, you're right, Rama, it is. I have already gotten good reviews, not only on the book, but the cover. And what's interesting is when I get home, I'm going to be doing a couple of book signings at Barnes & Noble. Being from Southern California, we have book signings throughout Southern California. And as a hint to all of you writers, all you need to do is pick up the phone, ask to speak to the manager, and they usually have somebody who does their events. You speak to that person and you say, I want to come in and do a book signing. And you know what? They'll let you. Now, I've learned to let them go ahead and order the books for you from Lightning Source, because when they do, they bring in the shipment, they put it in the front of the store, you give them a poster, and your books will be displayed at the front of the store. So when you come in for your book signing, they're already there at the front of the store. It's a fantastic way of getting your books in front of the public.
Thanks, MJ, for the continued tips to help all us authors sell books, write books, remember what we need to put in our books before it's too late, and thanks for everything.
You're welcome, Rama, and you know what? I look forward to working with you on this next one, Murder Most Judgmental. Thanks for having me.